First of all, it's Aries season. It's Aries season, okay? For somebody like me who has a lot of fire in their chart, Pisces season was highly depressing. It was such a somber time. Like, I'm talking about highly depressing. As soon as March 21st hit, it went from where the waterworks turned off, okay? And I was ready to rock and roll. Listen. So yeah, I'm just really glad that the season has shifted. The energy and the atmosphere in the world has shifted, okay? Daylight savings time is over. The days are longer. It ain't dark no more. Listen, I'm just really hyped because Aries season is about getting shit started. I told y'all in the last video that the year don't officially start over until Aries season. You know, that there is no new year when things are dying. Okay? You go outside, the trees is blossoming, the birds is outside tweetily-leeting. Okay? The flowers is blooming, the grass is greener. Listen, it's popping. So, y'all know I pull these cards from 4 different decks, starting with the empowering questions. Listen, my atmosphere is very aggressive. Okay, it's like more flights are landing. Like, I live by the airport, and like there's so many. Like, today's like every other minute I hear a plane. Whew, it's a lot. It's not normally like that. Oh, that one dropped. We're gonna get another one because I'm not bending down. Let's see. That question was probably good too. But this one says, what is my worst fear and how does that limit my possibilities in life? You want to know what? I feel like right now, what I'm doing is or was one of my biggest fears. And it's crazy because it's one of the things that I feel like a lot of us want to do. We want to be seen. We want to showcase our talents in a way that it's received. And yeah, like being seen and showcasing our talents and being loved and appreciated for, you know, the things that we are naturally good at. And also just being a beginner at something, you know, can be very fearsome. But we have to start somewhere. And like, I always thank God for, you know, my Aries placement because I have Mars in Aries. And as I get into, you know, like these characteristics and all the things about Aries is I am an initiator and I am very, I don't have a problem really starting things. Like I'm a get shit starterer. And, you know, it's about being brave and striking out in a new direction. So yeah, I would say that that's one of my biggest fears. And then probably another one that keeps me up late at night is being literally scared of myself. Like scared of my potential, scared of where I can take it. You know, like I know that I've initiated things in my, you know, in my life and in my career. And when I really dug my feet in and really believed in myself, it took me to astronomical. And it's what's scary is I know that where I'm going, like, is petrifying. It is petrifying realizing your potential and that you can be as great as you think you can. Like, that is one of my biggest fears, and I always hope that I get over that. Whew-wee! Now that I got that off my chest, that was a very vulnerable moment. I'm gonna pull from the Honey Mommy Affirmation deck. Listen, I tried to like link all my decks in my Amazon. They make you go through like all these jumping, looping, hoopings to get your stuff linked. I gotta sit down and just do it one day. I'ma do it because I feel like y'all need these decks. Y'all need these decks. Y'all hear the planes? Jesus. It's like everybody is traveling somewhere except for me. Anyway, let's do it. So it says, live your life on your own terms. Break all the rules. May the odds forever be in your favor. And you want to know what? I like that. I like that for Aries season, because if you know any Aries, they don't listen to nobody. Okay? They're going to do what they want to do, when they want to do it, with who they want to do it with. Okay? Period. All of my cards fell down. I had to pick them all up. Pulling from the Prism Oracle deck. I like these cards because they're just words with colors. And then it's like, it comes with a book that tells you what all of the cards mean. I like to add them as a cute little layer to when I do my little card pulls. Let's get a card. Anger, which is very synonymous with Aries. If you know any Aries, especially Aries men, they're very temperamental. They can have very bad, aggressive personalities, number one, but also very, very bad tempers. So let's see what it says in the book. So in the book, it says, this card represents an acknowledgement that anger is a natural part of life, and it is okay to feel angry, but what can you do with the immense amount of energy that comes with it? Can you transform anger into something helpful for yourself and for others? Yes. You want to know what? Anger is one of those feelings that we kind of feel like ashamed about. And most of us try to like kind of hide our anger, but anger is a part of life. And I know that when it's time for change, for me in my personal life, my change is almost always coupled with anger. Because once you get angry and you gotta get real mad at your situation, at whatever is going on, in order to change it, to catapult yourself. The next and last deck we're gonna pull from is my favorite golden foil tarot deck. I want to link these for y'all, but I gotta set it up. If you're interested in the link, send me an email and we can get that to you. Oh, before I pull this, listen, one of my favorite, somebody that I look up to, Umi Genevieve, commented back to me on Instagram when I told her about how my YouTube is a Pisces and how I'm a Virgo with a Sagittarius rising. And she had put up a post about like the mutable signs being like putting themselves out there, and I was just like, it's crazy because that's me. My YouTube is a mutable sign because it's Pisces, and I also have like prominent mutable placements, and I'm here putting myself out there. And she said she was willing to collaborate with me. Y'all know my heart sunk into my ass. But there, I put y'all on to her, I don't know, maybe like 2000, I don't know, one of them years. And a couple of you have gotten readings from her, and she really is like no joke. She knows, and she talks the talk. But let's get into the card. The card that I pulled is a Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is a card of, it's a wealth card because the Pentacles. Pentacles represents material, like material wealth. But it's a card about sharing the wealth, like, you know, coming into any type of abundance and sharing. And whereas Aries can be a very selfish card, the opposite of Aries is Libra, and Libra is all about collaboration and all about, you know, sharing with others and your relationship with others and being generous. So that's like, I love the fact that that's kind of like right on par with the topic at hand. First things first, shout out to you if your birthday falls in between March the 21st and April the 19th, because that would make you an Aries, and either your birthday has passed or your birthday is coming up. So happy birthday to you. And I want to say, before I get deeper into this video, that Aries men, they're some of my favorite men. I have Mars in Aries, in a woman's chart, Mars represents the men that you lust after or the men that will lust after you, because Mars is our sexual energy. It rules our passion and our desires. And in my dating history, Aries men have always treated me with such vigor. They treat me how I like to be treated. And I have had like some of the best R-rated adult activity with an Aries man, because they're so passionate. Like, anywho, Aries can be very independent, and when they're operating in a lower vibration, that independence can turn into selfishness. And there's nothing worse than an Aries operating in their lower vibration, because they can just be diabolical. But if you want to get like a project started, or you don't know where to start, because Aries are the initiators, get you an Aries, or get you somebody with very prominent Aries placements, because they're the people that you call when you're trying to hit the ground running. So every zodiac sign rules a body part, and Aries happens to rule the head, because it's the ruler of the first house. And it rules the head. It also rules like our energy levels. It rules, like our passion and aggression and things like that. And it also rules like the blood. So if you're an Aries and you be high-headed all the time, you might want to watch that, because they can suffer from high blood pressure. So Aries energy is very, very competitive. Their energy is competitive. They love being a leader. It was so funny. I remember I was home for Christmas, and we were playing this game, and it was like the game asked who was the most competitive person in the family. And I was so surprised when everybody wrote my name down on their board, and my nephew was just like, "You're very competitive." And I'm just looking at him like, but because I have in Placidus, I have Mars in my 4th house, and that's like the home in your family. My family sees me as, this competitive person. And I'm just like, I don't see myself as competitive, but I am very self-reliant. I do think that I am a leader, and I'm always, down. I be down to get it popping. I love to play games and work out, and all those different things. And those are different things that are all ruled by Aries, like working out, especially like lifting weights. Anything that has to do with kind of like ego, in a sense, is very Aries like, because when you work out, it makes you feel good. It gets your physical body together, and that's what Aries is all about, because Aries rules the first house. What else we got here? Aries will teach you how to trust yourself. Because Aries, they don't really look, not like Libras. They don't look to other people to tell them, kind of like who they are or what to do. Aries they're competitive. And that's why Mars rules sports. Sports is one of those things where, you could be 3rd place, but there's really, if you're not the winner, it's all about who's the best and who can be number 1. And some of the most, famous athletes have very prominent Aries placements, if not, being an Aries sun. Like somebody like Sha'Carri Richardson, who I feel like kind of she came out gunning, and even when, she was very, very egotistical when she came out, and she put a target on her back because she was so adamant that she was number 1. But I felt like it was kind of like a, not to say that she wasn't number one, she just had to prove herself, but she came out with, she was so confident that she was going to beat everybody. And that is just like, she is the epitome of Aries energy. And it's just like Aries people, if like how it happened, she came out, she lost, or she might second place, whatever place she was in, she went and she practiced on her body, she practiced on herself, and then when it came time for her to pop back out, she was ready to rumble, like, and she dusted everybody. And they don't care. Like, they're not Aries energy is not remorseful. She was just like, okay, so what, I ain't win. I'm still the best. Like, she did not care, because Aries energy can be kind of, I feel like, childish in that way, whereas though they don't care. She was so adamant that even when she lost, she didn't care. It was just like, so, and then she went and she worked on her craft. And then she came out and, ended up, being number one, because they're very competitive. It's just like, so what? And that's one thing I feel about, like, Aries. Aries don't like to be wrong. They can be very, I feel like kind of like childish. Especially when it comes to like losing. Like, Aries, they are your sore losers. They're the ones after the game, they stomping off. They ain't giving you no dap. But that's when they're operating in like their lower energy. Because they're very, they can be very combative. They gotta be number one. You want to know what characters remind me of Aries energy? The soldiers off of 300. The soldiers off of 300, they were simply the best. They were courageous. They started fighting in like infancy. If you ever watched 300, they started them boys fighting at like 5 or 6 or something like that. And they taught them to be the best warriors. Like, that was their sole purpose in life, was to grow up and protect and to fight. Another character that I'm talking about embodies the energy of Aries is Iron Man. He's my favorite in the Marvel realm. And the actor who actually plays the role is an Aries, Robert Downey Jr. He is an Aries. And in Robert Downey Jr.'s personal life, that he has been reckless, impulsive, and all the treacherous sides of Aries energy. So another thing about Aries is, because I feel like they rule the first house, oftentimes you will find them in the position of being the first at something. Take somebody like Halle Bailey, who happens to be an Aries. She was the first Black Mermaid. Take somebody like Lil Nas X. He was like the first gay Black cowboy rapper, which was like a super crazy mix-up. He has Uranus, like heavy Uranus energy in his birth chart. But, he was the first gay Black rapper, gay Black country rapper. And then you have someone like Diana Ross, who's an Aries. And she was like the first African-American woman to host the Academy Music Awards, which is like crazy. And somebody like Mariah Carey, who like had like 4 or 5 of her songs become number one simultaneously and hold like all the top spots since like Michael Jackson 5. Like, Aries people they're the waymakers, like they're the trailblazers. So get into these very red cheeks. I'm gonna link all of the stuff that I'm using and a pictorial at the end. I didn't talk about any of the makeup this time. Sorry, guys. But this is Exhibit A by NARS. It's like super poppy red. I'm just going to pop that on my cheeks because why not have some popping red cheeks for Aries season? Okay, let's build this thing up. So how to spot an Aries? You can always spot an Aries because they rule the head, and 9 times out of 10, they'll probably have a prominent forehead. Take somebody like Rihanna. She has an Aries rising, and she's known for that big head. I am loving this red. So yeah, Aries, because they're ruled by Mars, and Mars rules our temperament, most Aries people, especially if they operate in their lower energy, they have a very pop off and standoffish kind of energy. Like, they're the people, they're always ready to rumble. Like, you can look at them wrong and they like, what's up? Like, that's just the energy that they carry. I feel like the women, to me, the Aries women that I know, they're very, I don't know, they're very kind, and I don't know, Aries women to me always give me very Libra vibes. I don't know why. That's just how they interact with me. I'm not sure about anybody else. But no, you can always tell an Aries woman because Aries women are always pretty slender. They're always pretty slender. Their bodies are pretty taut. Aries men, you can always, because they're the ones that's walking around with, they head held high with the big muscles, and they're very body conscious because they rule the first house. And like, your first house has to do with your physical body and also with your identity. Aries, they're always going to tell you it's an Aries. They're always going to tell you that they're an Aries. Like, you can tell an Aries by, like I said, their temperament, and an Aries is going to tell you that, because I don't play, I'm an Aries. I'm quite sure you've heard that from an Aries. And then, like, the Aries women, if they're operating in their highest up and they don't care, they act like Sexy Red. Like, she is an individual. She does not care. She's an Aries. She does not care what nobody says about her, and she keeps it 100% real. I had to go put my lashes on. But yeah, Aries women. I wanna touch on Aries women because I feel like Aries women and Aries placement women are very special. And it's because of the energy they carry. Like, Aries women are always, I don't know, they're always kind of like condemned for having masculine traits. Like, I have a Mars in Aries, and I've had men who carry feminine energy or who operate in what I feel is feminine energy. They have told me that I am masculine. And Aries placement women, especially like women who have their Mars in Aries, they're always placed in this category of being masculine. Like, despite all the things that I said about Aries energy, like, the women are some of the most kindest women that I have known and have come into contact with. But for whatever reason, I think that it has to do with like the sexual energy of like the Aries sign. Is just like, Aries women are, or Aries placement women are the women who will walk into a room, and Scorpios have to deal with this too. They will walk into a room and all the women will hate them. And you'll just be sitting there looking like, well, I didn't even say anything. And it's not anything that you have to say. It's the sexual energy that you carry. Take somebody like Sexy Red. Like, I like Sexy Red. I think that she is genuinely a sexy woman. Men who they talk down about her. They just put her down. She's ghetto, she's this, she's that, but she's simply being herself. And that is what Aries energy is about. Like standing up tall in your identity and who you are. So you'll have like Martian women, and men will be mean to them. And it's nothing that you do. It's just like they're just genuinely like the men you date. You could be walking up, like men are just physically, verbally violent towards Martian women. And I don't know, maybe it's, maybe it's the Martian energy that they wish that they had. I don't know. But when you're dealing with men, Martian women, they deal with nonsense from men, and they deal with nonsense from women also. And it's an energy thing. Yes, if I didn't have like prominent Aries placements, I would be jealous too, because we be getting shit done. We be getting shit done. I'm using this black pencil by MAC. It's called Engraved. It's really I should have warmed it up. It's giving me a little bit of trouble. We doing some little ombre red lips here. This is black and red. Black and red is for Scorpio, but I also feel like it's for Aries too. And I'm going to be using my YSL number 23. I don't think YSL has names, but it's a very pretty red. I like this look. They smell good too. So this is the final look for Aries season. If you like it, if you love it, give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment in the comment section below, letting me know if you're feeling it. I love words of affirmation. My earrings are from my jewelry brand, Love Luxe & Co. You can follow me on Instagram at lovelux_co, and the website is in the bio. My name is Lux, and if you're still here, like and subscribe. I hope you learned something new today about Aries and Aries energy and Aries season. And that's all I have for you today. I'll see ya.